So here we have Andy's little monster. And he wants to be in here, and I need him in here. I don't want him running off around the yard too much. So I've got to get him, I want to play that game. So I throw that ball out, and I go, good lad, good lad. I encourage him to come in, good lad. And have that keenness, like I keep saying to you, that keenness to come in. And it's important that we have this touch. That we have this touch so I can touch his eyes. He doesn't panic. Get the sword just out, look. He doesn't panic. And he learns to cope with pressure. And so I pick him up, and he's got to learn to be able to sit in there at this stage, but he won't be doing this for the rest of his life. But he's got to learn that I'm in charge, even at this stage, but I'm not a threat to him in any way. And this is why it's so important, because these lines these days are so much softer. We've bred them softer so you average people can control them. If we stuck to breeding nothing but gladiators, out and out gladiators, then there'd be so many dogs that just wouldn't make it because they were too hard. They bred them too hard in the competition world, and they bred them too soft, and they weren't right in the pet world. And so poor old spaniels got a bad name, that they're mad, they won't switch off, they can't switch off, they don't make good pets. They make beautiful pets, good lad, good boy, clever boy. They make beautiful pets if you bring them on right and you get your breeding right, and they make wonderful gun dogs like I'm showing you, good lad, good lad. And look how I'm not taking it off him all the time, I'm stroking him, good lad. Then I take it off him and I give him the chase. And the chase is important. Good lad. Don't take it off him in a hurry. Let him carry it. Let him learn to hold it. Look, he's not running around the yard with it anymore. It's one-to-one. And when you go one-to-one training, and we use this corner of the yard on purpose, this is his favourite place, where he was fed as a youngster. You saw the videos. Here's the chase. The chase means everything to him. He's out of shot. I'm not asking him to come back. What is he doing? Good lad, good boy, good lad. And he's coming back because he likes to chase. He wants to chase. Now I'm going to do something completely different for him. He's never had this before. This is a dried pheasant wing. And he's raced out. He's picked it. And here he comes. Good lad. Now, if I leave him with that, he'll mouth it, he'll rip it to pieces, and he'll get into the habit that every time he gets a feather in his mouth, that's what he'll do. So you create a problem. So all this is to do is to say there's nothing wrong with the texture of carrying that feather. I don't want him to rip it to pieces, but he's going to play with it as a puppy like all dogs do. And if that's the case, what I do, exactly the same as if I'm going to give a dog a bird for the first time and it's being a bit silly with it, I'll put it in the stocking. Look, he wants to play the game already, look. I'll put it in the stocking and I will tie that round and I'll throw that out for him and he'll learn to carry that. Here we go. So now he's carrying the stocking, it's got the scent of me on it. And what's he doing? Good lad. Didn't take it off him straight away, but he's not going to mouth it because he's not got the feathers on it. Look, he's going to just carry it and gain that confidence. Good lad, then. Good lad. So there you go. Nice and simple tip. No different than putting a pheasant or a partridge in there and giving it to him. And what we're asking him to do, we're asking him to get out there, pick it, and bring it back to me. We're getting him to carry anything we ask him to carry. And because he can't rip the feathers to pieces, like you're playing with it, that doesn't mean a dog's going to be hard mouth. But what I'm going to do is play that game, throw it out, and the confidence of that little dog is going to go out there, pick it, bring it back, because the fun element is when I throw it. So he's running around now, and it's his choice to come back to me. When he brings it back to me, the game will continue. He's just sitting in front of me. You can't quite see him, he's just off camera. But at the end of the day, here he comes. Good lad. And then we praise. And he doesn't need too many of them, because what I don't want him to do is get into a habit. You never leave your young puppy, if it's going to be a gun dog, with toys like that, or tennis balls, because they'll mouth it and they'll chew it, and then they get into the habit of it. So the first bird they get, later on they start to mouth it. If you do it this way and build up to it and then start putting this on a dummy, this little dog will love you to death and want to play that game. And that's the important thing. If you notice, I'm not calling him, it's his choice to come to me. And he's coming in for the ball, not a treat. He's coming in for the ball, and we're beginning to build ball drive. And that's what he wants. He wants that chase. It's not the ball he wants the chase. It's the fun of the chase. And if I give him the fun of the chase, he'll come back in, good lad, and give me that retrieve. And I gradually build it up so he jumps up in here and he gives it me up here, and I stroke him. And he's looking for the ball look. This time, I'm not gonna take it off him. Let's see what he does. He wants to play the game. He's not doing nothing wrong with it. He's carrying it. He's learning for association. But if he doesn't give me the ball, and I'm going to wait here now in this position, if he doesn't give me the ball, the game stops. There you go. Good lad. I didn't take it off him because he pulled his head away. I want him to come to me. So I'm waiting for him to come to me. Good boy. Good boy. I'm not worried that he drops it at this stage. Don't make nothing of it. Not making him sit and stay. And like I say, I won't make this little chap sit and stay until he's probably 12 months of age. Unless he becomes a bit of a rebel. And I think, okay, I'll put the stop on you a little bit quicker. But he's a little sweetie pie. And at the end of the day, I don't want to rush him. Don't need to rush him, because I can get the best out of him by not rushing him. And it's a myth where people say, oh, they're ready to train now and they won't learn in 12 months' time. It's an absolute load of rubbish. You're building that foundation at this stage with your little chap. That little chap's got to love you. Once you've built your foundation, then you can move forward. But until you've built your strong foundation, the dog wants to be with you, wants to follow you, don't move on to the next stage. So there you go. That is Andy's pup from Jersey, and this will be another little special dog. And you'll love him to death. Look how soft he is. Look how wonderful he is. You know, we don't have to beat dogs to train dogs. It's an absolute myth. It's an ideology that people are trying to sell you, to say to you that if you do it with love and affection, the dog will love you to death. The dog will love you to death if it respects you and knows the boundaries and knows how far it can push. That doesn't mean you're cruel because you put a little bit of correction into a dog at the right time. Why would I put correction into a little chap like this? Why? Look at him. I wouldn't. And no need to. And yet I've seen people smack him across the face. I've seen people go, no puppy. And trying to teach him at that stage, instead of building that trust, that bond, that strong bond that we're working on. But it doesn't mean he's got to live on my sofa and sleep in my bed to get that bond. He can spend his time in the kennel, and when he comes out, he has quality time. That's what it's all about. This is because I've got a passion for these chaps, and I train them to a very high standard. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you enjoyed it, Andy. It's your little monster, and you'll be seeing him soon. Wave goodbye. Wave bye-bye.